What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today I have another video in our 2022 NBA Draft Player Breakdown series. Today we're going to be going over Notre Dame guard Blake Wesley. Blake Wesley is someone who I don't think was necessarily on a lot of NBA teams' draft radar before the season, but after the season he had at Notre Dame, he had to get on there. He looks like he's going to be a first-round pick, and he's someone who I remember the first time I really seen highlights of him playing. I really like his game. There's a lot to like there. So this should be a good video. I'm going to talk about his strengths, his weaknesses, all that. Make sure you leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of his game, where he's going to go in the draft, who would you like to see to take him, all that. Leave those thoughts down in the comment section below. And with that being said, let's get into the video. So just kind of a quick intro to Blake Wesley. Blake Wesley is a 6'5", 185-pound shooting guard out of South Bend, Indiana. So I guess he decided to stay home and play his college ball at Notre Dame. Like I said in the intro, I don't think he was really expected to be a one-and-done type player, but that's where we're at now with him having such a good freshman season at Notre Dame. Averaged about 14 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists a game. Was all freshman team, all ACC. Basically had all the awards you'd want as a freshman. And like I said in the intro again, the first time I seen highlights of him, I just kind of really liked his game. There's just a lot to like with him. I can see why he has first round consideration and why that's where he's likely going to be taken. And so there's a lot to like with his game. I like his potential. I like just a lot about him. So now looking at the strengths of Blake Wesley, I think there's a number of strengths that make him a potential first-round draft pick. I think the first thing to me that really stood out about him and that I really liked was his physical profile and athleticism. He's 6'5", 185, but he's just a really good athlete. He's an explosive athlete, especially in the open floor. He can really get up. But I think the thing that I really noticed about him and what really stood out to me is just how fluid he was and how smooth of an athlete he was. It just seemed at times he was gliding down the court, floating through the air. It was just, he's really smooth, and he's got that wiry, strong build, kind of like a Ja Morant-ish type build. And I really like the athleticism and the upside that he brings or could bring to a team. Now, in terms of strengths of his offensive game, I think this, again, is just somewhere where Blake has all types of potential, and I think an NBA team could mold him into whatever they really want him to be. I think the big thing with him is the versatility that he can bring. Now, at Notre Dame, he played kind of the two-guard spot a lot, but he showcased a ton of ability of being a potential point guard. He has a really nice handle. He's fluid with the ball in his hands. He's someone who possesses a lot of creativity, I think, with his handle, a lot of wiggle or shiftiness to him. He's someone who can go east and west or north and south, can really change directions with the ball in his hand really well, change his speeds up. And so there's the ball handling and that ability to be a potential one. I think he has that. What also kind of factors into that is that he's a very unselfish player. He showcased some playmaking ability. Again, he played more of like a two-guard spot for Notre Dame. He didn't have the ball in his hands a ton there, but when it was, he did showcase a lot of unselfishness, a lot of ability to find the open man. And so I think there's a scenario in the NBA where he either can play the one or transitions to being a point guard, or he's someone who has the ability to be an elite playmaking two guard. And so there's a ton of potential there. I think NBA teams can mold him into whatever they want, but he offers that versatility where he can play either the one or that two spot at the NBA level. Now, in terms of his ability to score the ball, he also offers a ton of potential there as well. He's someone who could be a potential 3-level scorer. He's someone who right now really excels in fast break situations, getting out in the open court and finishing there. He's best in space right now. Not the greatest in traffic, but you give him some space and he's someone who can take off and finish at the rim in a multiple number of ways. I think off the dribble, he's someone who showcased a lot of potential with his ability to hit pull-up jump shots. He's someone who has decent form on his jump shot, and eventually I think the big thing for him will be if that three-point shot can come around to make him an ultimate 3-level scorer. But right now, I think the potential is there for him to develop into that. Now, when we talked about his versatility offensively, he also brings that type of versatility defensively. At 6'5", good athlete, can guard both guard spots. In today's NBA, can probably slide down and guard some threes as well. He's got that type of length and athleticism to do that. Now, he'll have to get stronger, he'll have to get more physical. But right now, I think that he's someone who can easily guard both guard spots and be someone who could be very valuable in terms of being able to switch that as well defensively. In terms of weaknesses, there are definitely a number of weaknesses I think that Blake will have to improve on or get better at the NBA level. I think the first thing is he's going to have to get more efficient from the floor. He was not a very, efficient player. In college, he shot about 40% from the field, 30% from three, and so those percentages will have to get better. He's going to have to fine-tune his shooting ability. 30% is just not going to cut it at the NBA level. He's going to have to get better at that. Other things for him to work on or get better at, he's going to have to put on some size in terms of muscle and get stronger. I think that will help him in a number of different areas. I think first, offensively, it's going to help him be a little more physical offensively, especially going to the hoop and finishing through contact. That's just something he wasn't very good at. He was best in open space and at times would avoid contact in the lane. And so putting on size, putting on strength will help him there. I think it's also going to help him defensively, be more physical, be more active on the glass, help him guard more positions where he can match up with 2s and 3s a little bit better. Some of the more physical players in the league, it would give him the ability to match up with them. And so there's areas he's going to have to work on. It's just how it is. He's a young guy. He's got things to improve on, but he's got the physical skill set to do that. Overall, I really like Blake Wesley in his game. He's just so smooth, so athletic, so fluid. I think there's a lot of potential there with him, especially if he gets picked later in the draft. He can go to a very good team, a team that is going to bring him along slowly but also let him play his game. I think there's some risk there when you're talking about a guy who wasn't very efficient from the field and is mostly an upside type guy. But I think there's a lot of upside with him. I think it's definitely worth a first-round draft pick on him. I think he can be a very good player at the NBA level. And I'm excited to see how he develops and what team drafts him and how they use him. So those are my thoughts on him. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of Blake, what you think of his game, all that. Leave those thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll talk to you guys later.